When I start my first job, I thought that this job will get me out of my comfort zone. But guess what? I dived more in my comfort zone. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's me Rania. In today's videos, it's my story time from sleepy girl era to productive girl era. Okay, let's start the story. My comfort zone, it starts from diving in my comfort zone. It started. I graduated from high school in 2019. So, in that year and the day after, just sleeping at home, do nothing, you can't get out or something. So, here my story starts. Like, in that year, I really dived in my comfort zone. I was doing nothing but watching TV, watching series, eating, sleeping. I overweight because of that year, because I did nothing but eating and sleeping and watching movies or series or something, having fun. Not even having fun, it just do nothing. Do nothing in a simple word. So it was 2 years, diving in my comfort zone, doing nothing but sleeping, scrolling in social media, watching a lot of stuff. I get my first job. Like my first job, it was in an office with a company, and I was working in the office alone by my own. I am the one who go in to the office, open it, and sit there until from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I was just, like I said, going there, and I had nothing to work on there. My job literally was go in there, open the office, and sit there until it's 3 p.m. and get your stuff and go home. Because the company that I was working with, he has the main office and the second office who I was working in. So he got the job done in the first office, but the second office, it was just having his files there and that thing. So I was going there from 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, and just sitting there and leaving at 3 p.m. So I had nothing to do there. So what I did, of course, I dived more in my comfort zone. I was just, he didn't pay me a lot of money, of course, because I was just sitting there. It was not enough at all, but in that time, like when I was eating, it was enough for me. But right now, of course not. So in my mind, in that time, I go there, and my boss, he didn't came a lot. He came at times and stay there and speak to me. It's other story, okay, so I will say it. So I was just go there and sitting there and finishing my movies and series. I was just like watching movies and series at home, and go there at the office like I should work, and then I just sit and watch more series and movies and scrolling on social media, 24 hours on my phone, because I had nothing to do there, because my job was go there and open the office. That's it. So in that moment, in my mind, just I thought okay, especially I need to see that first. Especially my boss, he was manipulate me. He was telling me don't worry, you will work for me, you will work for me as long as you want, as long as you find something better. After a year or half year, I will take you in the main office and you will work there, and of course, he will pay me more and that thing. So of course, as a 18 years old girl, I was a teenager, so I believed him. And in my university, I had a university in that year, and I did nothing on it. I didn't study for my models, I didn't prepare for anything. I was just go there, sitting there watching movies, series, do everything, like everything that I do in home, and come back house and not studying, not doing at all. Because in my mind, it's just like everything will be okay. He will, like take me to work in the other office, and he will pay me more, so I will have um, a good paying job at like early age. It will be everything fine, but of course, nothing fine. So after that, like I just stay there, you know, like stay there, diving in my comfort zone again and again and again. So like I was saying, he manipulated me because he was a bad guy. Yeah, you can say he was a bad guy. Because after that, like after I worked there, I think, yes, 9 months. So it was 9 months working there. So he didn't, like he wasn't seeing the truth when he told me that things, like you will work in the main office. You will, don't worry, don't nothing. He was a bad guy. I get tired of that and told him goodbye, and I quit the job. So I quit the job, and in that moment I was shocked. I was shocked in the middle because I didn't study for my models or my university. Like in that time I was working there, my life stopped. My life literally stopped because I just, you can't say like put all my eggs in one basket, because like I believe him and I'm just like dive in my comfort zone. I say everything will be okay, but nothing of course will be okay if you think up like this, like me. It was a shock for me. Like I lost my job, and I am that girl who love to be independent from early age. I don't like to ask my parents to give me, like something, give me money or buy for me. Like they will do that, of course. They're my parents, but for me, for my mind, I can't ask my parents every time to buy me something or get me that or get me that. Especially, I am an expensive girl. I need a lot of stuff. I need a lot of things. Like I'm I'm asking a lot of things. So like, okay, I get shocked. Of course, I saved some money from that job, but like I was studying in the center in that time, like studying computer stuff. Like the one thing that I did good in that job, like when I was working there, is like getting my degree. You can say degree, yeah. Getting in the center to learn computer things, because when he told me like you're going to the main office to work there, in my mind I need to be prepared because I believed in. So I go to study computer things and that stuff, and I was like paying monthly. That way the money that I saved from the job, it just go to my center. Yes, it's go to my center because I had to pay to get my degree in that things. So, and the second thing, yeah, and the second thing I did good in that time, I start reading. I start, of course, not self-help reading. Like I get kind of boring. I'm trying to get into reading self-help books, but it's hard for me. I prefer to listen to self-help books, not reading it. I start reading books. I start reading, yes, factional books, romantic factional books. Yes, that what I start reading. It's good for me actually because I'm not a native speaker, so I start reading like English factional, romantic books, and I learn a lot of things in English, so it was helpful. It was helpful, but I wish if I, like I read a lot, because I didn't read a lot. Like I said, I was, like doing nothing, so I was reading sometimes and start reading at that time, but I didn't read a lot, of course. And of course, if you want, I will show you guys what books I read. So in other video, of course. Let's continue, please. So, okay. So like I was saying, like it was a shock for me when I quit that job and I hadn't had my own money and I'm just sitting home all day. Like the things that it was good about that job, like I'm going out of house, like going to that job. It was, like a mess for me because I just when I quiet, I just slept at home all day, like all day, literally. I didn't go out because for me, in my mind, I'm not that girl who going out a lot. Kind of. I love loneliness. I love staying at home. Like reading some book, watching something, doing something. I'm not that type of girl who going out a lot. I want to be that. I'm really trying to get out a lot, but it's hard for me because I think I'm a homebody. So after that, okay, like continue. After that, when I stopped, like my mom gets my CV and put it in a place. Like it was a change for me. I get I get accepted, like in McDonald's, like to work there. So like I said, in that time it was very hard for me. I just stay in bed all day, like doing nothing, like more than I was, because it was a shock for me as girl who is teenager, like just eating, like build a dream. Especially I'm a dreamer, so I build a dream. What I'm gonna do, what's a lot of things. So and everything goes zero. So it was a shock for me and a bad thing for me. So one time, like my mom and my sister, they give my CV to McDonald's. So they just want to do something to get me out of that situation. So I get accepted. After a week, they call me, and then like everything goes fine. I start the job, and I was actually happy about that because at least I had a job. And for me, like it's fine, girl, it's fine to work everywhere. It's fine to work everywhere to get money to do whatever you want. It's not like be shamed of or something. No, I'm against that. You don't have to be shamed of anything, of you, of what you do, of anything, girl. So like go back to the story. So I start working there. At first, like I was excited about it. Like I said, like I was happy because at least I had a job. So the job there was very hard. I mean very hard because in my country, I live in a little city. It's kind of called a town, but it's not a town. So it's like a town. It's a little city, and there is one little McDonald's to like one, just one. Imagine that. So in my city, it just like there's beaches here. So there's a lot of people from Europe, from like America, from Spain, come here, and McDonald's, it's full. Imagine one McDonald's. There's a lot of foreigners in the city, so the place every day like very full. At first I kind of like accepted because I worked there just 3 months. So I started at, I think, I don't remember, but it was the first of the summer. And especially the summer, the city, it's very crowded. At the first month of the summer, the job was hard, of course, but it was fine. But like in the summer, the place is very crowded in a way you can't imagine. And the job there was very hard, like very hard, very hard. I remember I was going there at 10 a.m. Imagine McDonald's like very full, very crowded at 10 a.m. So I was going there from 10 a.m. until 12 a.m. Yeah, and I was just taking a break for 30 minutes or sometimes less, just 15 minutes. So, like I said, I was working sometimes from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. without like a break or anything, because the place is very crowded, and like there's of course a lot of workers there, but it's not enough. It's never enough because the place is not getting empty at all. It's very crowded every day, every morning, every night, every evening. So it was very hard job for me, especially like my first job was very easy, just sitting in the office, and my second job was very hard. I remember one time I was very tired, like very tired. I had a problem in my neck when like I'm doing a lot of pressure on it or something, so it's hurt me very bad. I remember one time I worked like a lot of hours and I was very tired, like almost crying. I go to my manager and ask him to go, but he didn't let me. He was just, you can't do that, you can't, it's very crowded, we need you here, you can't. I remember in that time, I just go to the bathroom and sit and, like trying to hold on. Like, I'm just like, relax, 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 everything will be okay, everything will be okay. I tried very hard to not cry or something, so we like it was very hard 3 months. I didn't get enough sleep, I didn't get enough rest, I didn't get enough food. I didn't get anything. Like i was I was out of my comfort zone, like in highest levels in my life. Actually, that thing is not good too, of course, because like you have to balance between comfort, like, and productivity. You shouldn't be very 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 productive and like like, and not rest at all, and you shouldn't be diving in your comfort zone, like in high levels and do nothing in your life. So you have to balance between them two. So like I said, it was a hard month on me, and I remember the last month, no, the last week I worked there, I was very 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 happy to go out of there. Like I remember one manager, he was asking me, do you want to, you're like, "Huh, do you want to go back?" But I'm just like, no, no, I don't. I was just very happy to go out of there. Like in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, I will never go back to there. It's very hard. No, I will never go back to there. I need to do something to not go back to there, because like if I needed the money again, if I needed a job, like, of course I need a job. Like after just a month or two, I will need to work again, because I will take my rest and then I will think, oh my god, I need to work on something. I don't care. Even go there and go there again. I need to. So I was wishing to not go back there. I was very happy to finish that and go back to my normal life. Of course, in that time, like I remember in the last week, it was my birthday, October 3. So it's on my birthday, so I was very happy. I built a dream. Like, of course, I worked a lot of hours, but I earned a lot of money too. So I thought in my mind, like, I'm going to start a business. Yes. I thought, like I'm going to start a business. And that's what I did actually. When I finished working there, like I go back to my house. I took of course a week like off and resting and get back my energy. Of course, after that I start, like getting ready to start my business from the money that I earned from that job. So I study, like the business very well, and of course I study it. But when you start it, it's different. You study something, you learn a lot of things. Of course, you can learn everything, but without any experience and like take a step, you can't do anything. So like I learned a lot about what I want to do, and I did it. I started doing it. And at first, of course, I was failing, not failing, like I was losing money. And I'm just like, okay, it's okay, I'm learning, it's okay, I'm learning, it's okay, I'm learning, until, like, what happened? Of course, I lost all my money and my business failed. And I was almost like getting in my comfort zone again, and not only comfort zone, maybe depression zone too. because it was very hard for me. Like the money that I earned from working 3 months, very hard, like and tiring and everything bad in that moment. I thought about it. Like it was very bad, like more than you imagine. So it was very bad, like it was a bad feeling, but in that time, like I learned something. Of course it was a bad thing, like failing, and after all 3 months of working hard and all that money, like I didn't touch it, I didn't do anything of it. I'm just like in my mind, I want to start the business, I want to succeed it, I want, like I build a dream about it again, because I'm dreaming, like I said. So everything I'm doing in my life, every step, when I do my first step, I'm just like building dream about it. Like if I succeed, that will happen. And I'm not thinking about what if I didn't succeed. It's a very bad thing. We shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that, but I did it. And I'm still kind of doing it, but I'm working on it. Like I said, I build a dream about that work. If it succeed, that will happen, that will happen. I didn't thought about what if I didn't succeed, what if I lose all my money, what if, like every time when you do something, you should do positive thing that will come from that thing that we will do, and positive thing that will come from that thing that we do. We have to think like this, so we're not shocking after all if we fail or something. So like I said, I fell, but I was learning. Like I was learning a lot of things. I said to myself, stop. Like I can't. Every time I do something and it fails, I will get depressed and gets very sad about it. No. Like everything I do in my life, it teach me something. So after all that it's happened in my life, I'm just like in that time I'm sitting, I'm just like, okay, this is life. You can't change how life it is. There is fail and there is win in life. You can't always win. And you can always fail. Like you will fail in 5 things you do in your life. Like you're very unlucky. So you failed in 5 things you do in your life. Like your studies, your business, anything. Think about anything. Like 5 things you do in your life and you failed. You shouldn't, like give up or say no, I'm not gonna do anything else because everything I do it's failed. No, you can't give up, because maybe the 6th thing that you will do in your life, it will succeed and you will be living the dream life that you want after that. There is always win and fail. It's balance of the life. You're not always winning and you're not always failing. You're sometimes win, you sometimes fail. It's life. I learned a lot about things. I learned a lot about, like sitting there in the office, like in that job, my first job ever. I learned a lot of things, of course. I learned how, like use computer. I get my degree on it. I start reading English book. It helped my English a lot. I started walking 1 hour of the day because I was walking from home until the office, and it helped my health. In my second job working there in McDonald's, I learned a lot of things. I was very shy person. I had, like social anxiety. I didn't have confidence a lot at all. But working there, like it changed me a lot. It changed my personality. Like I start, of course, like working at place like there, like meeting a lot of people and a lot of type of people. There is a bad people, of course, and good people. My personality gets stronger. I'm not a shy girl anymore. Like I remember one time, like one guy was yelling at me, and of course, it was not my fault. It was his fault, and he was yelling at me. So, like for me, when someone yells at me, like even my family, I start crying. Like I'm not accepting like someone yelling at me or something like that. So I start crying every time. But in that time, I remember I just look at his eyes. I'm just like ignoring him. I'm just not crying, and not he didn't. Of course, I felt a little bad. Like someone yell at you and you didn't do something wrong, but like it was fine. It wasn't hard for me. It didn't make me feel like I was, like I felt a little bad about it because he was yelling at me and I didn't do anything wrong, but I was strong and I look at him at the eyes when he's yelling. I'm just like, I didn't do something wrong. What's wrong with you? Like that, like that. So like I said, I learned that I get my personality strong. There is a positive thing in everything I did and failed. And of course in my business, like I learned a lot of things, especially I was, like I started like selling products and that things online, of course, like you can say e-commerce things, but I didn't succeed, but I learned a lot of things. I know how to use, like Facebook ads. I know how to search about products. I learned how to do my own websites, Like I learned a lot of things from that failed business that I lost all my money on it. Because when like in our generation right now, we will need that a lot. So I failed, yes, but I learned a lot of things. I can start it again, of course. And maybe I will fail again, of course. I will put that in my mind that time. But I learned a lot, and if I failed, this means that I didn't have enough information, and I will learn from that fail. And maybe in the third time, I will succeed. I'm very happy with the experience that I had in my life, because without that experience, I wouldn't be me right now. Every experience in our life, we will learn something about it. It will open other windows for us. So like I said, I'm happy with this experience that I had in my life, and I learned from it a lot. And I had, like right now, I know what I want again. I know what my dream is. I know what I want to do in my life. So, and I will start doing it. I am doing it actually. And if it didn't succeed, it's fine. Like everything is fine. Like if I didn't succeed, trust me, I will learn something from it and I will move to the next one, and I will succeed or maybe fail. But I know one day I'm gonna succeed, because I will never give up. I will never give up to do what I want. I will never give up to live the dream that I want to. So I will work very hard and very smart to get what I want. If you make it until the end, thank you so much for listening to me talking a lot. If you want, of course, share with me in the comments below your experience. I will be very happy to listen to you too. Thank you.